We just don't rack and stack our Juniper devices and then completely forget about them. No, we visit them periodically and give them the care that they need. Things like updating the software potentially or gracefully shutting down the system. In this nugget, we'll look at Juniper device maintenance tasks. Remember, we always want to gracefully halt the system or reboot the system or power off the system whenever possible. I'm kind of a freak about this. Yeah, I am. When it's virtual machines, it doesn't matter what it is. I am always super careful, super paranoid about shutting down improperly. Occasionally, like with the Windows operating system, you know if it ungracefully shuts down, it could corrupt. Same thing with a Juniper device. It's super rare, but it could happen. So notice in operational mode, you want to do a request system. We can halt. In order to halt the system temporarily, we can do things like log out, we can reboot, we can power off. So request, system, and then follow it up with the appropriate keyword. Now, certainly one of the maintenance tasks that we will be enacting on our Juniper device is upgrading the system software. That's right, upgrading the operating system that powers our device. We'll download a new June OS from Juniper. We'll make this available on like an FTP or Secure Copy Protocol server, and then we'll pull that into the device. First things first, though, what version might you be running now? Well, we'll use the show version command in order to see exactly what software release we are at. When we're ready to upgrade to one we've moved to our FTP server, we would simply say request, system, software, add. And then you would follow that up with the appropriate path to the particular download that you have secured from Juniper. Now, the most sophisticated way, the most trouble-free way to go about upgrading the Juniper device is to go ahead and take the image that you want to add and locate it in your local file system on the device. This is great. Now we'll do a very efficient upgrade process. But obviously you'll be stuck with those files hanging around and potentially other files related to the upgrade process, and you might want to clean them up. Run this command, request system storage cleanup dry run, and you'll see a list of files that the operating system believes it can be deleted safely. Once you're feeling good about this, you can follow it up with the request system storage cleanup CLI command. Now, it really shouldn't happen to us, but at some point we may need to recover the root password on the device. This is, of course, could be the case when you inherit a device from someone else and they're like, hey, yeah, here's this Juniper device for you to practice with. I have no idea what's set up on this thing for security. Good luck. So what you would do is you would take this Juniper device, you would connect to the console port. That's a requirement. And you would boot the device. As you can see, you're prompted to hit the space bar during the boot process, and you'll be delivered to this loader menu. What you'll then do is you'll say boot-S to enter what is called single user mode, and then we're going to issue the recovery command to go into recovery mode, and we'll go ahead and set the root password at that point. So here we are, it's prompting us to enter the keyword recovery, and then we're going to go ahead and enter that root password. So we're not surprised that Juniper makes this super simple. They indicate that, all right, you are in the CLI now, and you want to go configure, set system root authentication plain text password, enter that thing, and commit it. So we can follow the instructions nicely here. Configure. We'll say set system root authentication plain text password. We'll set our new password. We will commit and quit. And we will be good to go now on this particular system. Notice we'll be asked if we want to reboot the system. That's fine. And we're back in action with a root password that we know. So gracefully rebooting the system, checking the system's version, upgrading the system, cleaning up files, password recovery. Thankfully, Juniper makes all of these tasks very simple, as you saw in this particular nugget. I sure hope this nugget was informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.